I'm trying to level up the rush, and it's not fun to do. It's super hard. It's one of the worst guns to play. I need that running gun. I need either Raylan's Grace got a better running gun than the Evasion Loop. The Evasion Loop has a 15%. This one has a 40. It has a 20%. Now get some speed in the bush. So the biggest problem out of all of the guns, the rush is the only primary that you have to use it like a heavy. You have to use it like a heavy. It doesn't work as a primary. And it's like two things that mess up this gun that makes it really bad. The damage isn't great, but the biggest problem it has is its reload time and the amount of charges that it has. So for a gun that doesn't do a lot of damage, that doesn't have a lot of ammo, and the reload time that it has is horrible. And the biggest problem it has is reactivation delay. The reload time. So let's say for between each shot, when I fire 3 shots all together, let me just check the Soft Thunder to make sure. The reason the Soft Thunder feels like a better feeling gun than the Rush is between each shot, there's 0.8 seconds between every shot that you're taking. So if I fire 4 shots and then wait for it to reload, it actually doesn't feel like that long. That's the difference between the two guns. Because in between each shot, there's actually 0.0, what do you call it, 0.8 of a second. If you double that, that's 1.6. It's actual reload time. So it's only waiting twice as long between a shot for you to get your next set of full ammo. I also use efficiency on it, so I'm not using that. I also use efficiency on it. Oh, I'm not even using efficiency. Wrong gun. I use efficiency on it, so I get more. I get 5 shots instead of 1, instead of 4. This gun used to have 4 shots also. They brought it down to 3. I don't know if the reload time was always this bad, but the simple fact that you have to wait 4 times the amount of time it takes for you to fire 1 shot plus 0.2 seconds makes this gun like untenable to use. It feels like you're waiting forever for the weapon to reload. It feels like you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And that's the problem. That's what makes it so hard to play. It also, because it has such a long reload time, it feels like a heavy. And you have to rely on your heavy weapon to actually do your damage. So it's really bad. It's really bad. It's one of those guns where you have to actually, this is how the Northern Warmth used to play. You have to use your heavy to initiate or finish attacks, and the Northern Warmth would just be in the middle, either starting up or ending like at very little health. That's where this gun's at too. That's where it's at right now. And compared to every other gun in the game, because of that ridiculous reload time, it feels super slow. It's the same problem I have when I'm using Primal Eye or I'm using any of these sniper rifles, especially the Primal Eye. 6 shots, but it takes almost 2.2 seconds to reload. The ejection also has this, every time you fire, it takes almost a whole 1.2 seconds before you can fire again. So that gets really tough. That's why playing double sniper is super hard. It's just not a very strong build. The only reason I go heavy running gun on it is so when I roll, I get more ammo back. So I fire, fire, roll, fire, fire, roll, fire, fire, roll. That's the only reason why you want running gun on that. Running gun gets rid of that stupid problem that it can barely shoot.
The enemy is testing
It's
you.
definitely not. It's not good for one-on-one battles either.
The enemy advances.
Now I can
They
get
will
away.
not sit quiet. Fight.
No, you can't. That's
We've
bad.
lost the flag.
Gotta make sure my
Bring
heavy
it
is
back. Claim what is ours. The test begins. The enemy recovered their flag.
So, if you're wondering,
They have broken through.
this was the meta of 0.7. What you're seeing me do right now. You're running for heavies. You're not running because your primary is so bad that it can't do anything.
As it should be.
It's horrible. The only gun that can do the damage that I needed to do is the heavy, the Mutiny Song. I can't fight you with my rush. It's just madness to try to basically have a battle with you with my rush, and it does about the same amount of damage as one shot of the Mutiny's rush. And I'm using Nullum Guard. No, I'm not. That's why I'm having so much trouble too. I'm not using Nullum Guard either.
Bring it back. Claim what is ours. They have broken through. Defiance. Stop them. Shatter their confidence. Undaunted.
Are you kidding me?
They have broken through.
How did I not pick that up?
Do not give up. Find your strength.
That's so frustrating me.
The enemy recovered their flag.
It's literally unplayable in a
The
real
enemy
game.
advances.
Like, you can't do anything with this gun in a real game. With more than one or two real players.
We've lost the
You're
flag.
in major trouble. Like, getting flags back, running flags, that's not what you do here. I can stay in the middle shooting at people. That's about all this is worth.
That flag
I can't go run and face people. I can't go 1v1 people. If I'm not fighting in a crowd, I'm dead. If I'm trying to fight by myself, I'm dead. It's ridiculous. I can't even go after that guy. I have no heavies. It's like that useless. Look at it. Look how this thing shoots. And it's not accurate.
back. Claim what is ours.
I can't fight with this gun. Like, this is one of those weapons. Like, I'll just dust up to level 12 because playing with it is insane. If you're not playing late night games,
You've lost the flag.
you can't play with it because that's when there's not a lot of people on. Because if you play with people, look at it, it can't even fire.
The enemy is
It's one of the worst guns I've ever seen. It's like so bad. The only thing killing people,
as it should be.
look at it. Look at it doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. You can't fight people. You can't do a thing with it. Nothing.
We've lost the flag.
Any other weapon that I was running away with there, I would actually have been hitting the opponent. It's so slow. It's so bad in speed and everything that it does that it's freaking unplayable. Like, literally, my heavy is the only hope I have. And if my heavy can't finish something off, it can't win.
Is ours.
It is such a bad gun. Yeah, I'm just gonna dust the extra 1,000 up because I can't play this. Like, this is like unplayable. That's how bad it is. It can't face anything on its own. This thing can't 1v1 people.
Unexpected.
It can't do it.
But you have grown stronger.
It's terrible. It's one of the worst weapons in the game right now. It's like, it's unusable, and I don't know what's the point of it being so bad. The gun's too slow. It doesn't live up to its name. It has no damage to justify it being so slow. It has no range. It has nothing. There's nothing good about it. It takes forever to reload. I don't know what it's like at level 20, and I don't really care to find out. That's how annoying it is to play. That I spent 1,166 dust just to bring it to level 12 because I don't want to play it. That's how bad it is. That bad. That's the most. This was how I used to upgrade the Primal Eye. It's terrible. I mean, the Primal Eye used to feel this bad too, until this patch. Actually, until 0.6, they kind of fixed it. I just don't like really playing sniper, but the Primal Eye is actually playable. This gun is unplayable. I can't face people. I can't shoot at them. It's inaccurate. It does no damage. It's super slow to reload. It's super slow to shoot. It's everything you could think that could be wrong with a gun, this gun has wrong with it. And I posted the 0.2 version of it. I realized what I was doing in 0.2. I used to have 4 shots with it. I would fire 3 shots and hold the last one, always. I would only use 3 shots. In this case, I only can fire 2 and hold the last one. And 2 shots do no damage. 2 shots got no range. This actually used to have a longer range, I believe, also. I think it was like 10-2. So they nerfed it in every possible way they can. They've been trying to buff it in the last 2 patches, and it still doesn't do anything. It's still horrible. Because its biggest problems is its reload time and its lack of ammo. Damage isn't enough. Because For them to have it as bad as it is here, and for it to have damage that matters, they'd have to be doing 800 right now at level 12. But then maybe. Because right now, 12 doing 671, that ain't a thing. If it can't take off a block per shot, this thing should be a heavy. Because it's not, it doesn't work as a primary. It doesn't at all. It's one of the worst weapons in this game. I haven't seen anything play so bad. I think they said the Facade is the second one that plays as bad as that. You would think the Facade being a flat cannon and you play the Miser, you're like, wow, the Facade's going to be a primary that works like a Miser. No, it doesn't. That's its problem. It doesn't work that way.